This is the new Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace, and you can think of it as being like the plus version of the normal Tiguan, which would be the standard iPhone. So basically, it's about 30 centimetres longer than the normal Tiguan, and as a result, it has 7 seats. You'd have to pay a premium for that, of course, though. So the Tiguan Allspace costs from about £2,000 more than the normal Tiguan. So it starts from just over £29,000, but through CarWow, you can get it from just over £26,000. Now, if you want to see how much you can save on a new car such as this Tiguan Allspace, click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or on the link below the video to go to carwow.com. Now, the only reason you'd have this car over the normal Tiguan is, of course, for this third row of seats. And from where I'm sitting, it's not all that good. It's very cramped, actually. In fact, it feels tighter in this very back row compared to that in the Skoda Kodiaq, even though they're effectively the same car underneath the skin. So yeah, headroom's really tight. This seat is pushed all the way back, and I've got no room for my legs. This third row is definitely just for kids and only for short journeys as well. Now, if I move the seat forward to get comfortable, like if I just fold this down, actually, you'll see. So now I've got enough knee room, just about enough, probably what I'd have in the back of a Kia Sorento. But I've had to push this seat forward, the headroom's still tight, and okay, some good features are you've got some storage here and some storage there, and the windows are a decent size in the very back. But look, if I skip through into the front, ouch, my head. Not much of a contortionist, am I? So now, for me to be comfy, this person in this middle row isn't going to be comfy because my knees are wedged at the seat in front, and that's in my normal driving position, and I'm at a very average height, 179 centimetres. So yeah, you are going to want to at least slide like that, and then the people in the back are cramped. So it's not ideal. Now you can see that you have through loading there, which is quite handy. So that's a good thing. That's what you get on the normal Tiguan. And like I just showed you can slide, and you can, where is it? There it is. Recline the rear seats. And actually, if you aren't carrying people in the back, then there's plenty of room here. Decent knee room, decent headroom. If you need to carry 3 across the middle row, it's all right. This middle seat is a bit of a perch, and there's this lump in the floor which does eat into foot space, but it's generally all right. What I do like is this, look, you've got massive windows, and the windowsill is actually quite low, so even small kids can get a good view out as well. So yeah, it's all right if you're not carrying people in the back. You've also got some 12-volt socket there and a USB for charging, and some climate control buttons as well. Now, the Allspace, being bigger than the normal Tiguan, has a larger boot. It's about 12 to 15%, but obviously not if you've got all the seats in place, because then it's quite a small boot. Though, look, I can fit a large suitcase in. Now, in a Kia Sorento, with all its seats in place, I couldn't fit a large suitcase in, even though the Kia Sorento's boot capacity is slightly larger than the Tiguan's with all seats in place. It's all to do with the dimensions and the shape, really, though. Now, I just fold these seat headrests down. Oh, they're quite stiff. There we go, almost gave myself a hernia doing that. And fold these seats down. There we go. And you get a sort of E-flat low floor. Now, there's no low lip to lift stuff over, but there is a bit of a hump here because under there is the Space Saver spare wheel. Other than that, there are a few practical features such as, oh look, we have a torch, little torch. There we go. Which doubles as the boot light. You've got various tethering hooks and places to tie nets down to. You've also got a 12-volt socket in there as well. Then if you want to fold down the middle row seats, you just pull this lever and down they go down. Though they don't go all the way down on their own, so I'm going to have to clamber in and smack them into place, and then you get a pretty much flat low floor. It's not completely flat, but it's good enough. Now, if you want more detail on this car's practicality, click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or on the link below the video, and you'll be able to see just how easy it is to fit a child seat in this car, what it's like with people in the back seats, and just how much stuff you can fit in this car's boot. Now, I actually want to continue talking about practicality here in the front, because VW, well, they just do this thing where they seem to think about everything. So the door bins are huge. They hold a big bottle of water very easily, and they're lined with felt so that things don't rattle around in there. You've got some more storage in here, and the cup holders, they thought about those as well. So for instance, look, press this button and they have these little grabbers, so they even hold a very small energy drink securely. You've got some more storage here for your mobile phone, and it's grippy so it doesn't slide around, and you've got your USB inputs there, your line in, and your 12-volt socket as well. There's some storage up here on the dash. There's some more airplane style storage up here as well. which you can keep things in, like sunglasses and stuff. And there's some more storage down here, just by the steering wheel, and even underneath my seat, look, I've got a little drawer. The only thing that's a little bit disappointing is the glove box, which is merely average. I'll tell you what's also average. That's the interior design. Now, it's all very Volkswagen, so it's neat and tidy, and in places it feels quality and the steering wheel's lovely. But other places, it doesn't feel quite so expensive, and the design's a little bit meh, really. It's a bit dull. What's not so dull though is this screen. So it's beautiful big 8-inch touchscreen, and you get it as standard on every single Tiguan Allspace version. It's very easy to use with the shortcut buttons. The graphics are bright. It just looks lovely. It's simple, clever, and yeah, you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. So you can run your mapping through your phone if you want to. But yeah, the standard sat nav that you get with it is great on this particular nav version. So yeah, lovely. Now, I should point out that you can get this car with the digital driver's display. This car doesn't have it, it has the normal dials, and it is worth the upgrade because it looks really slick. In fact, if you want more detail on this car's infotainment system, click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or on the link below the video to watch my detailed infotainment and interior review on this car. So the one I've got here is the SE Nav, and yeah, it's the entry-level car, but it's got loads of kit. Like I said, it's got satellite navigation, you get cruise control, you get 3-zone climate control, and this one with a 2-litre diesel engine with 150 horsepower and the 4-wheel drive, well, its list price is just over £33,000, but I put the details of it into CarWow and I got an offer back for just under £30,000, which is more reasonable. However, bearing in mind I'm making that saving, I would actually upgrade to the R-Line version of this car because it has a sporty body kit, bigger wheels, nicer interior trim, and it just feels more special. It's kind of what you'd expect more from a Volkswagen. Now then, it's time for the CarWow 5 annoying things about this car. The halogen headlamps you get as standard on most versions of the Tiguan just look cheap and old-fashioned, you know, they're not really becoming of a car of this price. While you get nice soft touch plush materials here on the door tops in the front, in the back, they are all hard and scratchy. That's Volkswagen cutting costs. The shiny touchscreen looks absolutely epic when you've got it turned on, but when you turn it off, it just shows up greasy fingerprints. Ugh. It looks as though this car is powered by a huge V8 engine because of these exhaust pipes, even though it's a 2-litre diesel. But anyway, as I'll reveal now with the CarWow stick of truth, yeah, they don't lead anywhere. They're fake. The first time you come to clean your new Tiguan, you'll probably lift up the windscreen wiper to clean underneath it, and you'll end up scratching all the paint off your bonnet, and that's because you won't know. What you're supposed to do is turn the ignition on, then off again, and press down on the windscreen wiper lever to put the windscreen wipers in the service position. Thankfully, this car has plenty of cool features, which helps make up for all this. Here's 5. The car's Think Blue trainer will mark you for how efficiently you are driving, and it gives you tips as well on exactly what to do to improve your economy. Full motion versions of the car get a special off-road mode and a snow mode to give you more traction when driving on tricky surfaces. If you need to carry something long, you can fold down the front passenger seat on the Tiguan. It also turns it into a stretch limousine. The picnic tables you can get with the Tiguan are very sturdy. Look, they can support the heaviest of salads. Also, you've got a little drinks holder there, which is handy if you're a presenter who needs their Red Bull to keep them awake during a long shoot. You can store the car's load cover underneath the false floor. Look, it's dead easy. I promise you, look, it's not easy. Ta-da! Surprise, surprise, this new Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace feels identical to the normal 5-seater Tiguan to drive. You know, you don't really notice the extra weight from the slightly bigger body. It's the same, which is a good thing because the Tiguan drives very well. So it's very car-like for an SUV actually. You feel like you're sitting in it. You're sat up high and the visibility is great all round. But it's dead easy, it's dead familiar. It's nice and simple to maneuver around town, and the steering's sharp, it's light. The car grips and goes around corners really well actually for a tall car. And yeah, it's just pleasurable. Now, the suspension deals well with bumps, but you can make it softer by going for the optional adaptive suspension. Now that's worth doing if you're going for the larger alloys on the car, because bigger wheels do just show up the bumps a little bit more. But still, yeah, it's a comfy car to travel in and it's quiet at speed. And then there's the engines. So Yeah, the VW Group engines are very good. The one in this is a 2-litre diesel with 150 horsepower, and that is all you need. It's just a great all-rounder. It's supposed to do 49 miles per gallon, and somehow or other, I've managed to do 49 miles per gallon. That's the first time I've ever done that, actually. Got bang on what a manufacturer says. Now, the engine itself is smooth, it's punchy, it's good if you want to tow. Now, if you're just going to be driving around town though, not doing many mods, get the 150 horsepower petrol. It's got enough performance for round town, but if you're going fully loaded with 7 people in this car, it might start to struggle a bit. Doesn't that though? Yeah, great. Oh, should mention gear changes. It can feel a little bit notchy, but the shift is positive, and if you're on an automatic, of course, you can get one of those as well. Also, you can get this car with 4-wheel drive, which is what this car has, but I wouldn't bother paying the extra for it unless you really, really want to go off-road, and this isn't the best off-roader if you wanted that kind of thing anyway, so yeah, just get the front-wheel drive car, save yourself some money. Now, if you click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen or the link below the video, you can go to carwow.com for more information on the Tiguan Allspace and to see how much you can save on one, or any car for that matter. So then my verdict on this car: should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should consider the Tiguan Allspace. The Tiguan is a good SUV, it's just that the Allspace is just not really practical enough for a 7-seater, so there's better options out there. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it. Click on our logo to subscribe to this channel, on the video window for more content, and on the deals box to the right to see how much money you can save on a new car at carwow.com. Now, did you spot the Easter egg in this video? It was the pot of allspice in the car's under-seat drawer. Get it? Allspice? Allspace.